as a trafficker of drugs. That's what it says in the police report. 5 years. I know that was in 2007, 2014 for another case, 2015, you were sent to prison. It would appear that you would be a good candidate for probation. And then you pick up more cases. Why do you keep failing at probation? You're building your happiness on somebody else's misery. The amount of drugs, over 400 grams.
Yes, ma'am. May I say something?
2024 CR 008052, State versus Samantha Venegas. Could I have parties announced?
Casey Garrett, from State, Your Honor.
Denny Callahan, defense.
And are you Ms. Venegas?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea to count 2 on March 26. You entered a plea of no contest. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State opposes your application for community supervision and deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 008054. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report and TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, before I hear argument, there are some things that defense maybe you can address with the court. It says in the PSI that her guilt is minimized. And I did read where she's saying that the vehicle's not hers. She knew there was drugs in the trunk, but she didn't throw them away. She didn't do anything about it. So I don't know if there's any insight you would like to give on that.
Yes, Your Honor. I think it's a good inference from the stipulations and the PSI that she was used as a pawn, taking advantage of her poverty and her addictions to methamphetamine. And she's ashamed of that in her life, not only you, but more particularly to her family. There is an element of voluntariness in her actions. There's also an element of being trapped in her actions. And that was one of the things I would ask the court to consider before you assess punishment. I have 3 other remarks.
All right, you may proceed.
And I suggest to the court as a proper resolution of this case, because she's still relatively young, deferred adjudication, 10 years, ISF treatment, and she asks you to put her into drug court, which is intensive supervision for every day. That shows some indication of remorse and desire to be rehabilitated.
All right, so here's part of my issues, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One, I have to look at criminal history. And I would have clients sometimes, you know what they would tell me? Why are people looking at my criminal history? We're just here for this. That was in the past. But I would always tell them that your criminal history is sort of like a credit report. And what you're trying to get is probation. So people are trying to say, has she been placed on probation before? You know, will she do well?
Yes.
So it shows that you've been on probation before. And a motion to revoke was filed, and you were revoked and sentenced to 5 years. I know that was in 2007.
Right.
And then in 2014, you were sent to prison for another case. And in 2015, there's a case that you were sent to prison for. And I believe these were running concurrently because it appears that they were running concurrently. And then 2016, again, that's a case. It was running concurrently with the others. So what I'm viewing, it doesn't appear that you would be a good candidate for probation.
May I say something?
Sure. You want to raise your right hand, though, because the state may have some questions if you want to say something. All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Samantha Venegas. I know, okay, I did, in 2010, I went to prison. I was going to get reinstated on probation, but I took it up with my grandfather, and my grandfather wanted me to go do the time instead of being reinstated on my probation, because he was scared that I was going to get messed up again and go do a large number of time, and he was going to pass away.
And how old were you when that happened?
I was 29, 30. And so that's why I chose that. I chose that because my grandpa asked me to do that, and he ended up passing away 6 months before my release. But that is why I was going to get reinstated. at the time, my attorney was William Reese, and they were gonna reinstate me and send me home, but my grandfather asked me to get it over with. That is why I went to prison.
All right, so you're telling me that I could understand maybe there being pressure on you with saying, oh, let me listen to my grandfather and take this time. But at the time you were 29, 30. Okay.
Yeah,
And then the other cases, because you got out of prison and then you pick up more cases.
in 2014, I revoked, I have my parole, and I went back to ISF for, the last 3 months of my parole. And then that was done with that. And then in 2016, I went to prison again in 2016. And then I revoked and went back to safety, and I came out and I completed the rest of my probation.
Okay. Why do you keep failing at probation?
Oh, it was parole, the second.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah.
failed at probation and you failed at parole. Why?
The first time when I was younger, I really don't have, I made some poor choices in my life back then, and I was young, I was ignorant.
But no, for the case that you said the first case, you said, I just agreed to be revoked because of my grandfather.
Yeah.
All right. You're telling me then you were 29.
Yes, I didn't
30.
go report.
All
I didn't go
right.
report, and I
But then
had a drinking problem back then.
Okay.
And back then I would use cocaine a little, and but I had a heavy drinking problem. So I was young, I was stupid, I was living in the bars basically. And I wasn't, keep out there running the streets or nothing like that. I just didn't want to go report. And that was my biggest downfall right there. If I would have just went and reported and went and taken a UA, everything would have been okay. My life would have been a little bit, different. The other time, when I got out, I violated parole. It was because I came out of dirty UA.
Okay. Let me ask you this,
Okay.
because I understand your past. Do you know the amount of drugs this was, the weight of it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
It's a lot, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can continue.
My life for a little while, I was just, I made a lot of mistakes and I'm not proud of it. I'm very sorry for them. If I could take them all back, I would. Now that I'm older, now that I see things differently, and trust me, this opened my eyes. I was doing a lot, I was just trying to, this last offense it was just, I was trying to, pay my bills. I was stuck in it. I was just trying to get out of it. And I see now that what it cost me, what it could cost me. And I apologize for that.
No, but here's the thing. You had a previous drug case.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't understand why you continue to try to build your happiness off somebody else's misery. And when you sell drugs, that's basically what you're doing. You're taking a shortcut and you're building your happiness off somebody else's misery who has a drug addiction and can't stop. And there you are giving them drugs for money.
Correct. You're right.
All right. State, do you have any questions?
Just facts of this case.
Okay.
Ms. Venegas, on this case, you stated that the drugs weren't yours or the drugs were somebody else's.
It wasn't mine. It was in the vehicle.
All right. Could you speak up, please?
It wasn't mine. It was in the vehicle. But I was aware that it was in it, and I should have gotten rid of it.
So you're
When I
aware that you
located
had a
it.
key in your pocket that matched the lock to the box that the drugs were in, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, no further question, Your Honor.
Nothing further. I have one other point, Your Honor.
Yes.
She has family support and was unable to get finalized letters into your hand indicating that support. That's all, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Venegas,
Yes, ma'am.
the amount of drugs in this case
Yes, ma'am.
is, let me see, over 400 grams.
Yes, ma'am.
And from what I read in the police report, you're a seller of drugs. And this whole thing about the drugs being in your boyfriend's car and you don't know, you knew the drugs were in your boyfriend's car and you should have got rid of them, but you didn't. It doesn't ring true based upon what I read in the police report, because according to the police report, you're known as a trafficker of drugs. That's what it says in the police report. And that's what was stipulated to. I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 15 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. The court will take in consideration 2024 CR 008054. I'll suggest the therapeutic community. Thank you. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
May I address the court? She would
Yes.
like drug therapy.
All right, I'll add the therapeutic community.
Yeah. One more thing, Your Honor.
Yes.
Would the court entertain a delay in imposition of sentence 1 week and let her go and take care of her affairs?
No. 3CR 0403, State of Texas versus Christopher Cantu. Mr. Cantu, I've shown you the true bill of indictment. You stated to the court that you reviewed that with your attorney. Counsel, you stated that you have no objection to the waiving of the reading.
That's correct, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, the state's making a written motion to amend the indictment for assault family second.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
Oh. Yes. All right, Mr. Cantu, you understand that the state is making a substantive change to the indictment? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that your attorney has the right for 10 days to prepare for trial once a change has been made? All right, knowing that, do you still, sorry, that's okay. Knowing that, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And counsel, are you waiving your 10 days?
Yes, Judge.
And have you represented Mr. Cantu for more than 10 days?
I have.
All right, then the court will grant the state's motion without objection. All right, Mr. Cantu, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on count 3 and the offense is assault family second offense? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Cantu, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 3, assault family second offense. Punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There are no applications. Did you understand that if the court finds this is an affirmative finding of family violence, then you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense? Is that the
Yes,
plea?
Judge.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers States Exhibit 1 and 2.
No objection, Judge.
All right, Mr. Cantu, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept it to evidence, States Exhibits 1 and attachments, and review the same. Oh, and States, you may be excused to continue to confer.
Thank you.
All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge.
All right. Court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Teresa Marie Cantu. All right, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. How old are you?
I am 46.
You're getting close to that age where you're in the twilight of your life. I can say that because I'm in the twilight of my life. You're going to have to change your ways. Otherwise, you're going to be the grandfather at the prison. When people want to know how things are going, they're going to say, ask the oldest person here, and it's going to be you. Don't be that person. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you're staying with your daughter, you can't invite other people over. You understand? All right. Good luck to you.